These are probably the healthiest donuts you'll ever eat. They're so delicious and moist. You'll definitely want more. I'm going to begin with all the dry ingredients. So you'll need 1 cup of almond flour, half cup of protein powder of your choice, 4 tablespoons of coconut flour, half cup of erythritol, or you can just go ahead and use sugar, and then a half teaspoon of salt and 4 teaspoons of baking powder. You want to give that all a good mix before we move on to the wet ingredients. So here we are going to use 4 large eggs. I'm going to take my frother and just give that a good whisk until everything is just properly beaten. Next, I'm going to add a 4th cup of coconut oil and a 4th cup of water. Again, I'm just going to give that all a good mix for like 30 seconds till everything is just well combined. Now, I'm going to slowly incorporate that into all the dry ingredients. So you can just slowly give that all a good mix. And then you keep mixing until everything is just well combined. I'm going to take a pastry bag. I usually use this for like icing, and I'm just going to pour that into the bag. Not all the way, because I do need some room to give it a squeeze. As you can see, just going to press it all as much as I can so there's no air bubbles. Squeeze a bit, then cut the tip off. I'm going to bring out my donut trays, and I'm going to squeeze in the dough into the tray. And here, as you know, I actually put it all the way through the trays, and you actually don't want to do that. So you could see here in the pink trays that they're not fully filled in. You probably can't tell, but it's actually the proper way. And we're gonna bake this in the oven for 350 degrees for around, let's say, 20 to 30 minutes. While that's baking, I'm gonna get started on the buttercream frosting. I'm gonna use powdered erythritol, but if you like, you can use regular powdered sugar. I'm gonna again use my frother and give that all a good whip. So when it looks all whipped, I'm gonna add the 6 teaspoons of the almond milk, and then I add the half tablespoon of cocoa powder, and then I'll give that a mix. Because it does clump, I just want to use the half tablespoon first. And then halfway when it all looks whipped, I'm going to add the remaining half tablespoon of the cocoa powder. And then again, continue to give that all a good whip. That's what it should look like. It's important that you allow the donuts to cool before you work on the frosting. So here, because I didn't wait long enough, it did break a little bit, but that's totally fine because we're going to cover it up with all the icing. So here we go. I'm just going to show you guys the ones that didn't break so bad. And yeah, there's just a close-up on the one that broke, but I'm totally fine with it. And we can go ahead with all the frosting and just do like a decent layer and just make it as smooth as possible, and then go ahead with any sprinkles that you have. With this packet that I had, they had 3 different kinds, so I go in and went with the Perels, the chocolate, and then the rainbow colored sprinkles. Now here is the reveal. Everything just looks so good, and you guys really have to taste this. Once you break it open, it's so moist and so delicious, and it's basically guilt-free. Here's just the nutrition facts, and because we use only erythritol, there's basically no sugar.